Hi, and welcome to JD's Longbox. I'm your host, JD. For this 60-second review, we're taking a look at G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 301. Published in 2023 by Skybound Comics. G.I. Joe is based on the action figure toy line created by Hasbro. This series sees its continuation, once again under the pen of author Larry Hama, who returns the title that he started over 40 years ago with Marvel Comics, where A Real American Hero ran for 155 issues. In 2010, the run was continued by IDW Publishing, from number 155.5 up until issue number 300. Now under the Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman's publishing company Skybound, Larry Hama is back with G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 301. The line art is by Chris Mooneyham, and the colors are by Francesco Segala. This story jumps in media res with a team of Joes about to crash into Cobra Island, while the newest incarnation of the Cobra Emperor Serpentor Khan plans to go scorched earth and starts a timer on a biobomb. How do we know it's a biobomb? Because some character or other will mention it on every page. And what will the biobomb do? Turn everyone on the island into ravenous zombies, of course. Hama manages to weave his signature layered character development and intertwined storylines. But unlike his earlier work, it all comes in such quick bites it's hard to digest. After all, this whole story takes place over the course of about 4 minutes, from the start of the countdown timer to the explosion of the biobomb. The linework and sketchy shapes bear striking resemblance to Sean Gordon Murphy's ink-heavy style that I commented on liking way back in my review of The Wake. Mooneyham adds an intensity and energy that fits great with this military action-adventure comic. However, with the impressionistic lack of details, the characters are a little harder to recognize at a glance. And likewise, Segala's orange and brown color palette doesn't help. Instead, the overwhelming melange of color blends together, muddying the pages with limited separation. The writing gets an 8. The colors gets an 8.5, the inks gets an 8.5, and the pencils gets a 9. This adds up to an 85%. Overall, I did enjoy this book for the high-octane art and a return to the Real American Hero universe that I've been a fan of since I first saw the G.I. Joe animated miniseries, The Mass Device. But I don't think this is the jumping-on point for new readers that it's being advertised as. With a number of characters and factions that don't get an introduction or an explanation, first-time readers and returning fans like myself will be lost. Issue 301 marks a milestone for Larry Hama that very few comic writers can claim. Possibly only Dave Sims on Cerberus and Eric Larson on Savage Dragon have written more than 300 consecutive issues of a single comic book story. It all started over 40 years ago with a comic book based on a licensed toy line that wasn't expected to last more than a couple years. Larry Hama's fertile imagination has kept these characters going and the story growing with no end in sight. I hope you liked this 60-second review. Be sure to like and subscribe and then check out some of my other videos. If you want to see my very first G.I. Joe comic book, then check out my review of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero number 48. And if you're looking for more hard-hitting action with a gritty art style, then check out my review of Keanu Reeves' Berserker Pen and Ink. I'm JD, and until next time, this box is closed.